Food is about people.
Right, let's go find some fish.
Chinese, they love it, so now people start to catch them and cook them.
Yeah.
Cambodia
yeah.
before we don't
But
have.
it's not very popular here, is
Yeah,
it?
but because we never eat them before, and I haven't tried them either.
Yeah, okay, we'll put it in the pasta. To the magnificent Pasta Marinara. See, there's a great variety of small fish, crustaceans, cephalopods, everything is here. And I worked on fishing boats. I worked in pond trawlers up in Karamba in Australia. I worked on the Mediterranean. So it's one thing that I love.
Cleaning the fishermen's boats and, you know, helping just learning about all the seafoods and everything, crab, prawns and octopus and squids. But yeah, that's a part of life. Everything is, you know, it's a life storytelling, you know, through people, through food, whatever you see is a lot of interesting things.
Food comes from the heart, yeah. It's not a fetish. And it really comes, it exists in families who like to have people around. People around for dinner, people around to share food, good food is shared food. I know a lot of people who love eating, but they can't cook. The reason they can't cook is to them it's like a different world. You know, it's like me looking at a builder and I look at the builders and say, how do they do it? How do they know what to use and this and that? They have the same sort of barrier when it comes to food. But yeah, they've been exposed to kitchen, to family life, seeing the grandma cooking, and then sharing of the food, people coming in. Once they have that exposure, it's no longer a mystery. It's something they want to do themselves later on. That's a natural progression to becoming a cook or a chef, someone who loves creating an atmosphere, an ambience, and sharing of food with their friends, with their family. What does your mom cook? What does your dad cook?
It's not about being a chef and make more money, right? It's about
you know, what do you eat yourself at home?
Yes. For me, like daily markets, I love it because everything you can see is fresh. Reaction of the people and the seller and the buyer, you know, like everything is to you like a story. What happening today? What have you sell? What's the most, you know, you sell the most? Like, you know, for me, I love seeing all this. That's why I go to the market every day. Like, even not buying something, but still, you know, look around and seeing and talking and sharing the story together. That's not only about, you know, pick the vegetable and go home and cook.
Oh, will you do that?
Yes. Shrimps for tamarind sauce shrimps, and then maybe some clam as well. So we look around a little bit, buy a few things, and let them try to cook what
Do you know how to choose the fresh fish?
Yeah, I know how to choose the fresh fish. Yeah.
I always say the one that winks back at you.
The one that what?
Winks back at you.
Opportunity and experience, I think is very important, and especially for our young chef, they need to learn a lot, especially with new tastes, new ingredients, new food. You know, meeting different chefs. That's, you know, it's very important experience, and we're always looking for new opportunity or meet, you know, especially like Chef Renans and you know, different chefs from everywhere. So, you know, open up to a new cuisine for them to taste different food, different country, so they will learn and understand better. Like we want them to travel, of course. We don't want them just to stay in our community because, you know, we compare it's like fish in the ponds. Or you jump out to the sea, there's a big wall outside. Have you scared? Even like we took them to Phnom Penh, they just look out the window to see Phnom Penh. Phnom Penh is the first travel to Phnom Penh they haven't seen it before, and they just like, wow, look at this building, wow, see all the traffic.
I think basically we got to show the kids that food is food. You know, one of the principles I follow, I don't follow, so my restaurants have never been nationality based or cuisine based. You know, I'm not interested in that. My principle has been, and this is what I tell all the chefs and cooks as well, you get this fish, say a trevally, yeah, and you ask yourself, if I were Cambodian, if I were in Cambodia, and this is the fish I caught, what would I do with it? So you don't look for a trevally recipe. You see, people use the ingredients, the fish, the raw ingredients that they have. The only reason there is no valley with couscous and all that, with Moroccan herbs and spices. The only reason Moroccans don't do it, because they don't have Trevally. See? So I can get a Trevally. I imagine, well, I'm Norwegian. What would a Norwegian do with this? I'm Thai. I've got Thai ingredients. This is the weather. This is what I have. What would I do with it? So I break boundaries, recipe-based boundaries. You know, people, cultures use what they have the most of.